Welcome back, everyone. Well, as you know, all week long we've been dedicating a lot of our programming, especially the interviews, to people who are involved with projects in our Tri-North counties related to veterans and veterans issues. And lo and behold, we got news that something was going on in Glens Falls with an organization that was trying to put together, is going to put together, a monument for global war on terrorism. And joining me today are the co-directors of this effort. Belinda Ellis, ladies first. Welcome, Belinda.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here.
Thanks.
And Steve Dean. Welcome, Steve.
Hi, Jess.
Very nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
Especially in Glens Falls, there are a lot of monuments in Glens Falls.
Yes.
Why this monument? And I'll start with you, Belinda. Why?
Well, I'm a member of a VFW post in Glens Falls, and we have some younger veterans that have served in Iraq and Afghanistan that come in. And this is my way of honoring their service for protecting me.
I got it. Steve, how'd you get involved?
I served in Bagram Airfield, Afghanistan in 2007.
Wow.
And I kind of had the idea then. And then when I came back, and as I was getting ready to retire and thinking about my hometown, and it really is a monumental city, there were some guys who fell over there. It's guys, some local guys. And I just really thought this is the way that we need to honor them and their families who supported them as well.
You know, we've done a lot of interviews with soldiers, ex-soldiers, and the global war on terrorism has a certain thing about it that we haven't seen before. It's not like there are fronts, in traditional sense. It isn't like armies and divisions moving around. You know, there are lone wolves. There's all kinds of issues going on with the war on terrorism that frame this very differently than any warfare previously fought, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of media coverage since Desert Storm. I think really
Right.
introduced it and brought this to the forefront for the media. So it's been in people's living rooms now for 2 decades.
That's right.
So a lot of folks are familiar with it and they understand. They've seen a lot of the casualties even just in the malls and being out in public. There's now a real face.
And the way the terrorists attack doesn't really follow the rules of war. You know, you just mentioned a mall or whatever, then all the way to the extremes of ISIL, you know, that think nothing of beheading people in front of cameras.
It's different warfare now.
It's a
Definitely.
very, very different type of warfare. Now, you were in the Navy, right?
Yes, sir.
And served in Afghanistan, as you said. What was your tour of duty over there?
So I was an individual augmentee. That is, the Army needed a little support from the different services. So the Navy, Air Force, and other branches were tapped to provide personnel to go over on just 6 month or year-long assignments to help out. And my responsibility was working with the IED tracking with a group of folks over there to see where the different IEDs were going and kind of keeping a track on
Boy,
them.
is that dangerous.
It was for the guys who were out there, and I had a real heart
Yes.
for them.
Yes, of course.
And when the guys fell over there at Bagram, now the guys would come back and they'd be carried right down the main street. Everyone would stop the work for the day and come out, and we'd stand at attention as these soldiers passed by. It was just very heart-wrenching for me, and that really brought to mind for the monument for me.
I got you. Now, you had mentioned in passing, but we have had soldiers who have fallen who are right from our
That's correct.
region. I'm thinking of Ethan Brown.
Nathan Brown from South Glens Falls,
Right.
right? Jeremiah Monroe,
right.
Ben Osborne, Chad Burns.
That's right.
All local guys. So we're really doing this in their honor, but we're doing it for all who have served in these wars.
Right. You started this effort in 2012, you said?
That's correct.
How are you doing?
Well, for the last 3 years, we've held several events, and we're at about $30,000 right now, so we're a little over half our goal.
And I think you had mentioned to me that the ultimate goal is $100,000. You need to make it to 50, and of course the American Legion you had mentioned is chipping in a bit.
Correct.
And but it really comes down to us to contribute to help get this memorial made. Steve, has it been designed?
Dan Giroux of Roycell
got
Memorials in Hudson Falls. Dan also designed and built the Korea Monument
That's right.
that's on Glen Street, which is right at the entrance and where the Global War on Terrorism Monument is going to go. When people come in, they're going to pass the Korea Monument to their right, proceed on down the road, and they're going to come to where the Global War on Terrorism Monument is going to be set. Dan's a super guy. He's really got a skill and a heart for monuments and veterans. He's really passionate about this project, so we're really pleased and honored to have him.
And a mutual friend of ours, Bud Taylor.
Bud Taylor,
Is
Second Ward
involved,
Councilman in
yes.
the Crandall
Hi,
Park.
Bud.
yeah, the Crandall Park Beautification Committee. When I met Bud and I presented the idea to the Common Council, and Bud was there, of course, and I met Bud at the park one day, and I said, Bud, this is where I want to have it, and he says, Steve, you got it.
Oh,
So
that sounds just like Bud Taylor.
Right?
It really does, doesn't it? Now, you have a couple of fundraisers throughout the year, and we'll have you back again close to those fundraisers. Just tell us quickly so that the viewer knows, Belinda. What do you do?
So in June, I put on a motorcycle run.
I'm
to
shocked.
Yeah, I try to do a 100-mile ride through the Adirondacks, stopping at various American Legions or VFW posts to try to keep it military-oriented. And it's been pretty successful the last 3 years.
Yeah, I
so.
remember last year because we covered it. It was successful. And what they really need you to do now is that, obviously the public's heightened awareness for all things veterans happens because of Veterans Day, which is tomorrow. And, you tend to get busy with your life and you might tend to forget, or other things become priorities. But one thing's for certain is that the sacrifice that our soldiers make isn't just a holiday, that it's year round. So you can go to the website and make a donation. And this would be a perfect time of year to do this. What's the website?
www.gwotmonument.org.
Give me that one more time.
It's www.gwotmonument.org.
Got it. And of course, they can go to our website too, and we'll have this interview there, and they'll know to go to your organization to raise money. Well, if 2012, so you're about 3 years into this, you've got about $30,000 raised. We got to get to 50 immediately, and we got to get close to 100, and then that monument goes up.
That's right.
Boy, okay, boy, this is great, and it's great that they'll be recognized and honored in
It's
this
a really
fashion.
special place. And it's not just about honoring the soldiers, but it's for the families.
Oh, tell me about
It's
it.
so hard. We have one mom who's just like, I just can't go to his gravesite. It's just so hard for me. But I know that if I can go to a place that honors all the soldiers and I can just have a place to reflect and ponder, that's what I really want. That's where I really need to have a place to go. So, and the kids of our generation too need a place to understand.
That's right.
They're going to be going up, and this is going to last for eternity, long past our lives. This
Right.
monument is going to be there, so it's always going to be a place for them as a place of solace and reflection.
It's years and years ago we interviewed Nathan Brown's parents, and I'll never forget how brave they were, how strong they were. But let's face it,
Amazing.
amazing, right? Of course. Well, thank you very much for your efforts, and we'll be right with you. Let's get this money raised, okay?
Thanks.
again.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.